I promise I won't be mad. Just tell me, give it to me straight. All right, so on September 29th, 2023, we've got a full moon in Aries. It's at 6 degrees even, something that Libra season can really appreciate. I often see even numbers show up when there's a Libra association. We are in Libra season. So this Aries full moon provides the culmination of the moon in the sign of Aries. So we're creating some sort of counterbalance to a lot of the Libra season values that everything is sort of referencing to in the backdrop of the times that we are in this month. So yeah, Libra season, justice, fairness, equality, getting along, being harmonious with others. Libra is the sign most associated with relationships just because, it's a sign that always considers the other person or considers how other people will respond to them. So there's an inclusiveness with Libra. There's a sense that I'm not on this planet alone. I'm living in a society with other people. I'm living in a household. I'm living in a friend group with other people. And my presence is enriched by other people, but also I'm here to share the spotlight. So that's why the sun has its fall in Libra, is that it's not all about me in the sign of Libra. And yet in this Aries full moon, it shows the importance of individuality. It shows the importance of authenticity and the need to be assertive sometimes in the group dynamic. Because if you're too agreeable or if you're too indecisive in your friend group, I know this happens in my family sometimes, there's just an endless circle of I don't know, and then everyone gets hangry and is upset. So you need to have someone who takes charge. You need to have someone who takes the lead, or if you need to speak up, it's important. So it's important to be forthright. It's important to be forthcoming, and that we're a group of individuals. So yeah, this Aries full moon says that even though it's important to work together and to balance one another and to be respectful, it's also important to be authentic. And if you have something near and dear to your heart that makes you feel fiery, it's important to express it. It really is. So yeah, we have this reminder of, just being kind of like unapologetic about who we are. Now, this full moon, it's ruled by Mars. This full moon is ruled by Mars, and it's on the South Node. So what we're seeing here is, again, this echo into Libra of there is a diminishing of the desire to fight. So even though this is a fiery full moon and the volume is going to get turned up, people are going to be a little bit more higher in their decibels, yelling, if you will. But Mars on the South Node is kind of saying, we don't really want to be arguing and pointing fingers and making people feel bad. We're still trying to do this Libra win-win kind of thing. Mars on the South Node is kind of like sheathing your weapon, laying your weapon down, trying to use like negotiation or logic to kind of solve the issue. So yeah, there's still like this very Libra air design and planning element with this full moon. Can we come up with a solution? But the full moons are always bringing things to light for us. So look at where your Aries house is. There are eclipses starting to happen in the Aries Libra axis. So wherever you have this axis in your chart, it's going to be a very important piece of your life. This is not an eclipse, but this is an area of importance right now. So our next lunation will be an eclipse. So yeah, Mars and Venus are kind of like heading into this reformation thing that I described about in the Mars and Libra video. So go ahead and check that out. But it's kind of interesting because they look like they're in a sextile here, Mars and Venus. They look like they're in a sextile, and they are, but they're never going to actually form the exact aspect. So there's something about, there could be an element here of not getting what we want, or the deal doesn't close, something doesn't go through. I've been seeing a lot of this actually this week. It's like you think something's going to happen, and it might have been a big story during the Venus retrograde, but then it just doesn't happen. And we see that here too with Venus's final square with Uranus. So we've seen 3 of these. This is our final square with Venus and Uranus. So this could be finally letting go of something, or finally taking the plunge on something. Because the Aries full moon is a fullness of energy. We're able to get some much needed perspective on something. And so Venus Uranus helps us make a break or make a change or take a risk of some kind. So yeah, individuality, Aries, Venus in a square with Uranus. If you were putting off doing a big hair change or design change elsewhere in your life, this could be the time where you really go for it. You know, we no longer have Mercury retrograde or Venus. So this could be a big go for it, Aries, living in the moment kind of energy. And I really appreciate that too, because, you know, this full moon is happening in the terms of Jupiter. So there's kind of a big picture element about it. Like, you know, why not take the chance? Why not live in the moment? Because life is precious and life is short. So yeah, I think there's just like this perspective element that's giving us the green light, the go ahead, the don't wait any longer. That might be that Aries full moon moment. Don't wait any longer. So yeah, I think that this full moon can move a lot of tension or stagnation or what we've been in process with. So a lot of what's been conceptual up here, Libra can kind of deliberate back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, can kind of get stuck in overthinking what everyone will think, overthinking how this will affect and have a ripple effect on others. The Aries full moon in the term of Jupiter says, just do it. If you're feeling it, just do it. So this full moon can help move the needle, can help move some tension around and just make things happen, get that ball officially rolling in a direction where we can feel more confident about. So don't be too agreeable. Don't be in your head too much. Just do it, is the Aries full moon. So yeah, that's a little bit about our Aries full moon. Eclipse season does officially begin under this lunation. We're going to start to see things heat up in the world and on the world stage and in our lives. So you'll notice the energy feels a little bit less dense. There's a little bit more excitement in the air. It's going to be one of those periods where you turn on the news and it's like 5 different major stories going on. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll be talking more about that eclipse later. But for right now, that is your full moon in Aries astrology shot of the day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye. Thanks so much for tuning in with me today. For more astrology in your world, you can connect with me on all platforms at Astro Catherine.